Hey everyone, just thought I'd show you what I've been doing to my rig just recently, what I've put in it, what mods I've done, and explain a few things. So let me just grab the camera. So first off, it's a very old case what I'm using. I mean, this was literally a beige case, and I've sprayed it. You know, rubbed it down and sprayed it, added a few things. I think it looks alright now. It's not ideal, but I haven't got the money to buy a new case at the moment, so you work with what you've got. So anyway, I'll show you inside. The good thing about this case is you do get a fair amount of room on the inside to work. Not a major amount, but it's good for cable management. There's quite a lot of room behind the motherboard. So if I just pop that down there, you can see I haven't sprayed the inside, just because this is only a stopgap until I can afford a better case. So as you can see, I mean, look at the size of the Freezer Extreme there. If I just bring the camera around this way, you can see it's almost flush with the side panel there. So that there's about maybe half an inch or an inch when it's on. And also I can only use an 80mm fan on the back, but I'm trying something new. I'm actually pulling air in from the outside and blowing air across the CPU into the case. But also at the front there, I've had to put a 120mm fan in there with a little bit of modding to get it in there, and that's drawing air in. Now my theory is that because it's a little bit restricted where you've got the hard drive base here and then your graphics card there, I was thinking that not a lot of that air is making it up into the rest of the case. So I'm trying this and my temperatures look pretty stable, so we'll see how it goes. I've got two 120mm fans on the door panel here, both drawing air in as well. So in total that's 4 fans all drawing air in. And then on the top here, there's two 120mm fans pumping air out, and a 140mm fan in the Corsair 750 watt power supply that you can just about make out up there. It's very tight, quite a squeeze to get it all in at the top there. You can see let me just bring the camera in there. If you can see up there. So for the rest of it, it's an Asus P5ND motherboard, which is the 750i chipset from Nvidia. It's running a quad-core Q9550 with the Freezer Extreme on there, on top of that. Overclocked a little bit. I haven't really pushed it to its limits, but I'm just testing at the moment. I'll do that when it's time. I've got two 500GB Western Digital drives there running in RAID 0, and graphics wise I'm running a 9800 GT and a 9600 GT for running the physics. So I want to raise some money to get a new graphics card at the moment. That's the only thing holding me back, but it still performs well. I can still play all the games. I can still play Crysis with reasonable frame rates on reasonably high settings, so it's not the end of the world. I've got 2GB of Corsair DDR2 in there at the moment. I've got another 4GB on the way that will give me 6GB. As you can see, the cables I think looks reasonably tidy. They all poke underneath the motherboard tray there, and the only thing I wasn't too happy with is I've had to use this extension cable here just to get the power running down there for some of these fans. Unfortunately, when I put it all together, I didn't route it round the back, so I'll change that, and I'll do a video, an update video then as well, I assume. But that's pretty much everything in there. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. So the other thing I've got is I've got this whole other system over here, which it's still a good system. It's an SLI system. I've only got one card in it at the moment. It's been a little bit neglected, but it's only a year old, and I figure I could probably get a bit of money for that. So I'm going to take it all apart and tidy it up a bit. I've got a couple of hard drives I can stick in there, and a RAID 0. It's running a dual core processor, which I've got that overclocked at about 3 GHz, extremely stable. I've done a few mods on here, not really a great deal. This is the 650i SLI motherboard from Asus, which I had to put on a heatsink on there on my South Bridge, because it didn't come with one, which is quite unusual, but not the end of the world. Other than that, I haven't really done anything. I'm wondering which power supply to use in it, because I've got this 550 watt power supply in, which unusually all the cables come out the opposite side to every other power supply I've ever worked with. So it means I need to, this is why it's so untidy, it means I need to run some extension cables and stuff. I've got some sleeving and stuff, so I can tidy this all up and pretty it up and put some sleeving all on that and route the cables a bit better. This one's got a 140mm fan in the front drawing air in, and then a 120 in the back drawing air out. I've got this other power supply here to use up. That's is it 450? A 400 watt power supply. But I think I should go with the higher wattage power supply and do the extensions. But again, that's a project I need to start working on. Anyway, I'll let you know how it all gets on. Thanks for watching. Please rate, subscribe, whatever. Take it easy.